Maybe get some water. Oh, this. God damn it! I got a buttery Chardonnay Franzia, and it just the act of pouring this thick yellow liquid into the cup on the floor because I keep it on the floor really looks like peeing. Hold on a second. I'm gonna get some water. Okay, I'm back. It looks like I could have actually just paused the recording. Sorry I didn't do that. Fucking deal with it. Goddamn, I've been talking for like an hour and a half, so my throat's starting to burn. I don't think it's good that my first idea for fixing that was Franzia, but I'm gonna sip on some of this piss like Chardonnay. Mmm. Goddamn, that's mediocre. All right, so gonna start this loop again from the beginning and find something to add on top of it. One of the things I'm going to be really hunting for is a hi-hat so that I can show you how manipulating those timing correct triplets and stuff can work out with hi-hats and shit like that, because that's a good way to add some texture. So I found a hi-hat already. Never mind. What I thought it was a hi-hat at first was not quite, but now I found one. So see here, there's that little extra sound at the end. The hi-hat was really close to another sound, so I caught some at the beginning of the next sound. So I'm going back to mode, program, trim. I'm going to trim the end. Trim end. Great. So now I've got this hi-hat sample. So check this out. I'm actually going to trim the beginning of it too. I'm gonna do that as well. I'm going to turn the volume down on the other samples so that you can hear what I'm doing with the hi-hat more easily. So, so I can go back to sample level. Oh, see, here's another one of the examples of these, oh, damn it. Well, now that I have the phone charger plugged in, I can't reach the MPC screen as easily. So I think that's just something we're going to have to deal with for a little bit. Well, oh, God damn it. Okay. So maybe I can, actually. I brought all the charger stuff like up onto the table. It's a little floppity, but see, so A5, pad bank A, pad 5. That's where I put the hi-hat. See, it was automatically set to L20. So I'm going to set that back to mid. I'm not going to worry about panning things right now because I'm recording this onto a fucking phone camera, and it's not going to like have sick tremolo pans or anything like that. But I am going to lower the volume of the other samples so you can hear the hi-hat more clearly. And so So set these all to like 90. So now if I play it from the beginning with that handy dandy play start button, hopefully you can hear that hi-hat a little clearly. And so now, if I start messing around, if I go to timing correct and set that to, let's say, 16th note thirds. Now if I hold note repeat, and then the dirtiest trick in the book is to hold note repeat and timing correct and the note and change the timing correct settings. That's real dirty, and that'll hurt your hand if you do it too long. But it is some shit that you can pull off, and if you record that way, it will record the changes in the tempo of that sample, in this case the hi-hat. And so yeah, you can do some crazy shit that way in terms of like shifting the speed of things. And actually, I don't even need the hi-hat. We already have hi-hats. I just wanted to show you that function. So that's Dunzos. So I'm gonna go and find another sound now. And actually, you wouldn't believe it. This is just a really generic ass like cut chemist beat. But I made this is a generic ass. I don't know if you could hear. I don't know how well you can hear me over the sounds at all. So I'm sorry if half of what I've said has been unintelligible. But this is a really generic ass like cut chemist beat. But I will say I made a sick fucking beat with this this record the other day, to the point where like, honestly, I think people will think that I was ripping off Knowledge, even though I wasn't ripping off Knowledge. I think I just incidentally stumbled onto something that sounds vaguely like some shit Knowledge did by like similar techniques. But no, there's some ill samples on this record. But anyway. That's perfect. That's perfect. Not quite. This is pad A4. Pad A4 was that one that was panned over all the way to the fucking left. So let's see how well that recorded in terms of how it's going to match up with the drums. Oh yeah, I got to crank up the volume on these drums too. I set them all back down to 90. So it starts a little early. So I'm going to trim it again. Just for you, I'm going to trim it. I don't normally trim it for the ladies. I stay very untrimmed and I go all natural. But Don, you're my special guest. So I'm going to trim it for you. All right. So that's a great start. a little melodic counterpoint to that. So gonna add that. I'm actually going to record this right over that hi-hat because we don't need that hi-hat anymore for the example that we were doing. All right. Cool. I just need another sound or two just to vary things up. Now I've chosen a sound that has some percussion in the background of it that's not perfectly in time with the drums. The saxophone is doing really well with the drums, but there is like a little wood block sound in the back of these samples that is not ideal. And if I was like, going to do a finalized track, I would maybe try to find some way around them or just choose something else entirely or, change the pitch and stuff like that so that it matched up in tempo. Because that's the thing to remember too. If a sample is out of tempo, with the drums you've recorded or any tempo that you have set, changing the speed and pitch of them will of course change that tempo as well. So if the sample I chose was a little too fast for these drums, I could go ahead and slow it down, and it would play a little slower. And I could do that either with my turntable or with the pitch setting on here. I'm referring specifically to the pitch setting on here. And that would get it exactly on time. And in fact, maybe in a second I'll try that. I just got an error message of some sort. I don't know what it meant. So I'm going to stop this and start another video.